Decades after the Arab problem, Muslim and Arab Americans are leading political change in Metro Detroit. The first political campaign Michigan State Representative Abdullah Hammoud worked on was in 2001. There was a person by the name of Abed Hammoud running for mayor. Representative Hammoud told the PBS NewsHour, "I just wanted a Hammoud for mayor t-shirt. And to get it, you had to volunteer." So he stuffed pamphlets and passed out flyers at a polling place until he could get the t-shirt that supported the candidate that shared his same last name. He was 11 years old. Michigan State Representative Abdullah Hammoud speaking at the Michigan Muslim Day celebration at the state capitol on April 14, 2019. Photograph courtesy of Michigan House Democrats. Although he no longer has that original Hammoud for mayor t-shirt, he is now, 20 years later, running for mayor of his hometown of Dearborn, Michigan. "Dearborn is the greatest city in the whole country and everybody's just learning it," said Hammoud, an epidemiologist, child of Lebanese immigrants, and graduate of Dearborn High School and University of Michigan Dearborn.
The oldest, largest, and most diverse Muslim American and Arab American communities in the U.S. are located in the Metro Detroit area. Christian Syrian and Lebanese immigrants first arrived in the area in the 1880s, followed later by Palestinian, Iraqi, Chaldean, Yemeni, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi Americans, and more. Many were drawn by work opportunities at Ford Motor Company in the 1920s. Changes in U.S. immigration laws in 1965 and a long string of political conflicts abroad also contributed to the growth and diversity of this population. But despite this long history, these communities in the Metro Detroit area, at least one of which has blatantly displayed anti-Arab sentiment in its past, have not had significant Muslim or Arab American presence in local government other than city council, until now. This year, 20 years after 9/11, Muslim and Arab Americans are on the November mayoral ballot and signaling change for the cities of Dearborn, Dearborn Heights, and Hamtramck, Michigan. These cities have also seen remarkable economic growth and flourished culturally in the past 30 years because of investments by Muslim and Arab American institutions, entrepreneurs, and homeowners, said Sally Howell, a professor at the University of Michigan's Dearborn campus and director of the Center for Arab American Studies. So for these cities to be led by Arab Americans would be a game changer. Hamtramck, for example, has never had a mayor who is not Polish, Howell added. Of Dearborn's two longest-serving mayors, Orville Hubbard was an avowed segregationist who tried to rezone the city's immigrant neighborhood for heavy industry, which would have displaced the city's Arab community and two historic mosques had he succeeded, and Mike Guido's first campaign in 1985 asked voters to help him solve the city's Arab problem. Dearborn Heights has struggled in recent years, especially some of its school districts, to welcome the many Arab families who have settled there over the past 20 years. In Dearborn specifically, which has the highest concentration of Arab Americans of the three suburbs, this election marks the first time in 36 years that the city has not had an incumbent mayor running for re-election. With longtime Dearborn Mayor Jack O'Reilly retiring after serving as mayor for 14 years, Muslim and Arab American communities, which make up more than 40% of the city's population, have a chance at getting representation in the mayor's office. Considering that Arab Americans and Muslim Americans have been an integral part of the Dearborn community for the last 100 years and there haven't been any Muslims in city government leadership until 2019, this election is extremely significant, said Petra Al-Sufi, Outreach and Partnerships Manager at the Institute for Social Policy and Understanding and a Dearborn resident. That more than one Arab and Muslim candidate ran in the mayoral race is also significant in itself. The first Muslim and Arab American mayor elected in the U.S. was Abdullah Hammoud, a Lebanese American immigrant and small business owner, elected November 2001 in the small town of Wayne, 20 minutes west of Dearborn. He served as mayor for 13 years before becoming a Wayne County Commissioner in 2014, where he still serves. Abed Hammoud speaking at the Arab American Political Action Committee annual dinner in front of prominent Arab American community leaders, elected officials and candidates, and ARPAC executive board members, October 29, 2009. Photographer American Elite Studios, courtesy of Abed Hammoud. Other candidates that year, including the aforementioned Abed Hammoud, who helped found the Arab American Political Action Committee in 1998, running for mayor in Dearborn, and Shahab Ahmed running for city council in Hamtramck that year, lost their election bids, in part because of post-9/11 fear and backlash. The current mayor of Benton Harbor, a city near the western edge of the state, Marcus Muhammad, is also Muslim American. Neighboring Dearborn Heights and Hamtramck are much smaller cities, but also with large Muslim and Arab American populations. Dearborn Heights already has its first Muslim and Arab American mayor. Bill Bazzi, an immigrant from Lebanon, an engineer, retired U.S. Marine, and former city council person, was appointed mayor in January 2021 after the previous mayor, Dan Paletko, died in December 2020 after testing positive for COVID-19. Although Bazzi is already mayor, he seeks to legitimize that appointment by being elected to the role this November, facing off against City Council Chairperson Denise Malinowski Maxwell to finish Paletko's and to start a new term beginning in January. Nearby Hamtramck made national news in 2015 when it elected the first Muslim-majority city council in the country. Hamtramck used to be a primarily Catholic and Polish American community, and since the city was founded in 1922, every mayor has been both Catholic and Polish American. However, the demographics in Hamtramck are shifting rapidly, and it has now become very diverse, including large Bangladeshi and Yemeni American communities. In 2020, Hamtramck elected Abraham Ayash to be Michigan State Representative following the unexpected death of Michigan State Representative Isaac Robinson. According to the Yemeni American News, Ayash is the first Yemeni American in any state legislature and the highest-ranking Yemeni American legislator in the country.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe